So where I've reviewed all kinds of arcade machines here on the channel, mostly are from China or some custom ones. And with Daniel Spies, I'm here in his Daniel cave. They're absolutely one of the most craziest machines I've ever seen in my life. But you know, he always brings it to another level with something. Whereas having like 4 displays, crazy emulation, over like 90 terabytes or something of a storage capacity, you name it, it was also something over the top. But today's video, we're going to do it differently. So let's begin with something that this is actually one of, let's say, the most unique devices I've ever seen on the channel. This is one unique combination of FPGA technology, the Sony PVM CRT, for the best high quality image. However, this thing is made for Neo Geo gaming, with a combination of the FPGA technology inside this thing is authentic to the original arcade experience. The cabinet itself has been made completely out of nothing. Where the inspiration comes from the original arcade machines, this thing isn't not nearly the same kind of measurements, because Daniel makes this thing completely custom. He went to the drawing board and made the cabinet from scratch, and with the knowledge he actually has, he even made something that can even host an original CRT television or monitor in this case. So the control panel is also 4-button, inspiration of the original Neo Geo machine, having an original coin door that is actually like configured so you cannot push a button for entering in credit. No, you really need to put in 50 cents or at least the amount of money that you're basically like configuring the credit system to. With Daniel builds, nothing is cheap and everything is high quality, and you can just actually see it when you're opening up the authentic real coin mechanism at the front. Having a beautiful LED, let's say, on top of it, so it will light up the coin door and everything looks amazing. So let's put a coin in the machine and let's have some fun, because this is actually a very strange, let's say, thing to do. You need to put in a coin to actually play a game. I'm not used to this at all. Personally, I'm very glad that he went for the Metal Slug theme, simply because it gives something new and something custom. Of course, he always had the option to go for the full red Neo Geo, but this makes it more unique, custom and authentic. So this is absolutely one of those, let's say, awesome arcade cabinets he made. But however, he also implemented even a huge fan on top to extract all of the heat from the cabinet itself. And the overall design, we're also going to be chit-chatting about that too, because he also implemented a lot of new things he never did before. So first of all, the Mistercade. The FPGA mainboard can be bought in different kind of, let's say, configurations, having extra RAM added to this or extra, let's say, upgrades, so having more games to actually play. He went for the full kit in combination with the Mistercade and having a Wi-Fi dongle, so you can transfer files throughout, let's say, his Wi-Fi network on the machine itself. In here we're just finding this very basic menu, and the basic menu is kind of interesting to look at, because I'm completely not used to it, having all of those Hyperspin and Lunchbox systems out there with front ends, but you can just easily switch between Neo Geo games and the load is absolutely very fast. But before we go into chit chat about the loading and everything we also can do with it, what's kind of cool that he implemented a bit pixel marquee, and every single time you're choosing a different game it will actually change out the marquee. Only sometimes you will see just a Neo Geo logo because there is not an, let's say, marquee available. Where this thing just actually like loads up or flashes a completely new, let's say, mainboard or an FPGA technology inside of this chip itself, the loads are almost instant and you only need to wait a couple of seconds. And switching games is just as easy, just using like an EverDrive on your Sega Genesis. So one of the new things he implemented in this cabinet build is the dual hinge, say door that has the back, and that's to do of course of the shape. It's a very unique configuration that I personally never made before. So this is actually where he hit the beast, the Sony PVM, and everything had been configured, but I understand he didn't do a recap because the television seems to be working just fine, or the monitor itself. Keep calling this thing a television. Nevertheless, this PVM 2130QM is actually the model he's using, or also known as the Sony Triniton. This thing is absolutely a beautiful image. This is also the first time I ever seen one in real life. So with the Mister FPGA, it's a completely different approach, combining this even with a high quality, beautiful CRT. And that makes this build absolutely legendary compared with all the other ones. This is just a completely different approach, an approach I've personally never seen before, because let's be honest, all of the new generation of machines will have a Pandora's box, a mini PC inside, and nothing to do with, let's say, anything of a Mister FPGA. But it's actually time to open door number 3, because when you're looking at the PVM monitor, it's absolutely great. For audio, yeah, not that great at all. So what he did actually is moving on to, let's say, a different configuration with a tiny amplifier. And this amplifier, you can just adjust the volume, mid and high, and also use this combined with 2 Visaton speakers. And it's very difficult to see, but it is even a subwoofer inside of this thing. Everything is going to be powered on with 5V and 12V power supplies to give it absolutely the overall best experience when it comes to audio, having the best input for the power, and then having the best display when it comes to everything else. He also did something cool and very convenient if you want to control the open FPGA technology. At the front, if you're going to be opening the coin door, here we're finding a control panel where we can go back to the other menu. And what do we mean with other menu? Because when it comes to this device, and I mean the FPGA Technology, you can even emulate all kinds of different systems. Where we have been discussing the Neo Geo, because of the Neo Geo cabinet, we can also implement like different cores. Think about the CPS 1 and 2, and even having all kinds of different, like say, options. And I mean, look at this, you're having all kinds of craziness. The Amstrad, the Apple I, the Apple II, the MSX. You know, there was so much stuff that actually played. And if you're going to be putting on, let's say, 8-bit or 60-bit, everything will be perfectly emulated. And combining with the CRT, this is absolutely going to be a pure nostalgia overall experience. However, we do have 4 buttons. So let's say if you're going to be booting up the PlayStation 1 emulator, yeah, it's all fun and game, but we're missing out buttons because this cabinet is specially made for Neo Geo. I hope you really enjoyed this video as I have enjoyed making it and testing out the product with Daniel Spice. This is absolutely one of a unique build, and I don't know if he's even going to make any more of these things, because let's be honest, a PVM monitor is going to be crazy expensive to find, because this is, so far I understand, the best out there. Nevertheless, it's absolutely a blast to the past with some FPGA power, and with FPGA you can even do more. So if you're having a different control panel with different overall configuration, you can actually play everything on this. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see how he made this cabinet, he did a video, full tutorial, everything craziness, how he actually built this and how he started off from nothing. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it will be great to see you in the next video.